Greetings YouTube. Today we're talking about some HeroClix or HorrorClix, I'm not sure which these are, figures that I picked up for $1 a piece at a flea market. And I picked them up for their visual appeal, their unusual appearance, and these are 2000. This one's 2009, so these are not recent figures. I have no idea what particular line they're from. But this guy right here, he's a cyborg. He has a 3-legged design. No genitals to speak of. Not the best painting in the world, but for, you know, pre-painted, off the shelf, you can use it as soon as you get it kind of a figure. Not horrible. I really like the double-ended weapon he's got here. I'm into battle staffs, and this is kind of cool. And I define a battle staff as a weapon, a double-ended weapon that has distilbed end designs. And that would be a really strange gait. Three legs would be a really weird gait. I was trying to imagine what that would be like. You got 3 legs, so it's kind of it's almost like a crabby kind of walk. It would be strange, but yeah, there you go. Then we have this awesome worm guy. Ramoraz, you know, something like that. Even a purple worm design. This guy is just awesome. I have no idea what he is, and he was owned by someone at time named Chronic. Chronic and was it Captain Blunt? I don't remember. But he's very cool looking and very appropriate to science fiction, to fantasy, to post-apocalyptic settings. This has got a Cthulhu, you know, elder god kind of thing. Very appropriate. The cyborg kind of guy. He could be fantasy, science fiction, post-apocalyptic as well. I don't see that as so much as Cthulhu universe. Here we have a very large lizard person with like pretty much scale human skulls on his neck, which was a nice touch. I like the claw weapon, kind of vaguely Wolverine thing going on there. Tail coming out, a cloak, which was a nice touch, a dagger, which is, I can't tell if that's supposed to be that curved or it's just been compressed. Could be that curved. I liked his horns and his little chin beard. I don't know if that's scales or it's actually supposed to be a beard thing. There's a horn. But his armor looked kind of cool, and he'd be a very impressive figure to throw on the table for, you know, because this guy is about human size, so this guy is definitely large. He's not messing around. There's a lot of power there. He'd be very dangerous, and that could then again be used for science fiction or fantasy, though I do think that screams more fantasy. Here you go with an animated tree thing with tentacle-like root legs and strange spindly tentacle hands and stuff, and a great face in the middle. And I got him because he's very cool. My wife also likes tree ants and things like that, plant monsters, and he is fantasy or Cthulhu through and through. So he probably could fit into a Mutant Epoch or a Gamma World game if you really wanted to. But very cool, and be easily camouflaged amongst other trees until, of course, the thing moves. Well done, nicely sculpted. The branches have different colors and things like that, so it has that kind of otherworldly vibe going on there. So I really quite like the way that figure looks. And lastly, we have this guy, which he's almost the size of a human, but he's, to my mind, he really says dwarf. He's kind of wider. He just says this, I'm a dwarf, and I liked his hammer, though it's a silly hammer as far as work is concerned, and you know, it's a little too big, but not that too much big, but close, but a little too. Boots with steel toes or metal toes, armor, kind of a backpacky thing going on there, and this huge wrench, which is make an awesome weapon as well as a tool. And he's got a mask that flips down. Again, both armor and a piece of useful gear if you're working around hot metals and doing welding and things like that. And he would fit into a fantasy or a post-apocalyptic setting really well. I think that the gear is a little too low-tech for science fiction. But maybe you have a science fiction setting where there's vastly different tech levels depending on where you are on a planet or within a solar system or a galaxy. So maybe he's appropriate to that. But again, I picked these guys up for $1 a piece at a flea market. I just wanted to show some of the things that you can find wicked cheap on and without too much effort. And they had an entire plastic bin of these things. I mean, there were hundreds of figures inside this. Maybe they all belong to the same guy. I'm not sure. But yeah, just the opportunities are out there, folks. You get lucky, you look around, and you can find some really cool stuff that you can use on your gaming table.